Hello, my name is Sam Ison. I'm Middletown City Schools Superintendent. This is the second of a series of interviews that we've had, or we're having, in conjunction with doing online chats that we can get out to our public. You know, we've had a number of coffees and things throughout the community, and we thought this would be a neat way of getting more information out to people so they can come back and revisit it again and just seek out some issues and answers to some questions they may have about Middletown City Schools and about things that are happening in Middletown City Schools as well. And so today with me, I have our new Human Relations Director, Miss Debbie Hauser.
Hi, Dr. Ison. How are you?
Good to see you.
Yep.
Thank you for visiting with us today. We wanted to take this opportunity to talk about a series of things, some of them going around with hiring, the new calendar in particular, and just personnel in general, what we're doing for Middletown City Schools. So let's start out. I know you have the calendar in your hand. Let's start out with the calendar that we have for 17-18 that I'm sure our parents and our kids will want to know about.
Originally, our 2017-2018 calendar, we didn't have a spring break. And that was actually due to the fact that with construction, we weren't quite sure where we were going to be with construction. So we felt like we needed to play it on the safe side and not have a spring break scheduled into our calendar. So the good news is that we are on track with construction. So we were able to actually go back and look at our calendar for 2017-18 and look to see how we could incorporate in a spring break. And then when we went back to incorporate in a spring break to the new calendar, we also looked at a couple different items at the beginning of the school year and the end of the school year. So just some points on the new calendar, which was just board adopted. Number one, the start of school now is August 22nd and not August 21st. The reason being is our teachers expressed a strong need to have 2 days before the school year started. So we were able to actually build in an extra day at the beginning of the school year. So on the old calendar, you may have had August 21st as your start. Please note that now August 22nd, which is a Tuesday, is the first day of school next school year. Also something new, we're going to have a spring break. Our spring break is going to be the last week in March, which is the week before Easter. So, that's March 26th to March 30th. Now, in order to build the spring break in, we had to add some days onto the end of the school year. So at this point in time, the last day for the 2017-18 school year is going to be May 23rd. Students will still be out before Memorial Day weekend. So all in all, it's a great new schedule. Also next year, we're going to see late starts. We're going to have 7 late arrivals. It's pretty much one each month. And the late arrivals, it's going to be a 2-hour late arrival. And the reason for those late arrivals, these 2 hours that we're going to build into the actual school day will provide our teachers some extra time that they need to address student instruction, build different interventions for our students. Really, it's 2 hours to better serve our students. So students will arrive on those dates 2 hours later in the day. Buses will arrive 2 hours later. Students arrive 2 hours later, but they still get out at the same time. So we're excited now that we have a spring break. We're able to build back into the calendar next year. The calendar has been published on our website, so you might want to get on there and print that off so you can make your 2017-18 plans.
Thank you so much. And I also know what's on the website as well as the 18-19 calendar as well is there for people to see. So you can plan out for the next 2 years, especially with construction going on and people planning around that. We want to make sure that our public knows all about. I want to say a couple things about the late arrivals, and that this is an opportunity as well, as Mrs. Hauser talked about, of collaboration with our teachers. And oftentimes people don't realize how important it is to provide some time for people to get together. And I know a lot of people think, well, they can do that within their building. But when we can bring all the third grade teachers together to talk about the third grade guarantee, that's 7 buildings. They don't have that opportunity. In this scenario, we will have that opportunity. So we're looking forward to that collaboration that needs to take place to make sure everyone's on the same page. And so this is our answer to what we need to do in that venue. One of the things that HR does right off the bat that people think about is, of course, hiring. And I know that hiring really begins in the end of the year, sometimes throughout the year, but in particular in the spring and going into summer. You want to talk about hiring for 2017?
Sure. Actually, we are right like at the height of our hiring season right now. We just we have a recruitment team that we've been out to visit 5 different area college fairs, and we've talked to approximately 200 candidates that are interested in teaching in Middletown City Schools. So we visited the college fairs, and what we do here in Middletown is after we go to the college fairs and we visit and meet all these rock star candidates, is we invite about 50 candidates back to our district for a second level interview with our principals. So that was candidate night, which was a couple weeks ago in April. And those candidates actually interview with our principals, and the principals have open positions, so we match our candidates with our principals with the open positions. And that's another level of interviewing to seek the best candidate for our schools. And some of these teachers then go on to the school, the teacher candidates go on to the school and interview with teacher teams. So that's where we are at that's where we are right now with the hiring process. We are currently looking for, we really need math teachers this year, middle school math teachers and high school math teachers. And the reason being is we've developed a new strategy to address high school graduation criteria. We're double blocking our math in the middle school and the high school. So if we're going to double block math, we need more math teachers. So right now that is, that's the biggest position where we're looking. All of our positions are posted on AppleTrack, which is the Greater Cincinnati Job Consortium. So if you know anyone that may be interested in teaching math, we also have some other positions posted out there. We're looking for an elementary principal, an assistant principal, and a couple other positions. But that's where we have our positions posted. Also, they can feel free to shoot me an email. My email is found on Middletown City Schools website. Also, a link to the AppleTrack system, the online application system, is also found on the Middletown City Schools website also. So we are hiring right now. Some people think this is early, but it is still a little early, but we are hiring for positions for next school year. So,
well, thank you. And I want to reiterate on the internet, just please make sure to go into our website and find that link for AppleTrack. That's where you can make the application as well. And we also have postings there for all the positions that are available. We're also seeking out anyone that's interested in being a substitute teacher that has the credentials as well. How might they do that? Is that the same way?
Well, right. Well, first, let me just say substitute teachers. Substitute teachers are, the state of Ohio is in a crunch for finding substitute teachers. If anyone you know, all it takes to be a substitute teacher is the desire and a bachelor's degree. It doesn't have to be a bachelor's degree in education. It could be any bachelor's degree at all. And then that desire to be a substitute teacher. And it's very simple to become a substitute teacher. Substitute teachers first apply with the state of Ohio, with the Ohio Department of Education. Once they receive their license, you have to pass a background check. And then we have Middletown City Schools works through ASOP, which is a consortium of substitute teachers. There's also a link for ASOP on the Middletown City Schools website, where anyone interested in substitute teaching, Middletown City Schools website, and you'll see the link under employment for ASOP, and you apply to be a substitute teacher. So really, like I said, all it takes is a desire, a 4-year degree in any subject area, and you have to pass a background check. So we're always in need of substitute teachers. You know, in Middletown City Schools, we have a little bit over 400 teachers. So 400 teachers, sometimes they're sick, sometimes they're out for professional reasons, sometimes they have a funeral, whatever the reason, we need substitute teachers to actually step in and continue the instruction throughout the day. So at this point in time in Middletown, we have about 36% of our substitute positions that go unfilled every day. So if you have the desire, you have a bachelor's degree and pass a background check, we can guarantee you a job almost every single day.
And that's true in our paraprofessionals as well.
Mm-hmm.
We need substitutes in those areas as well.
Right.
Any criteria for it to be a paraprofessional?
For the paraprofessional substitute teaching, you need to pass a background check once again. You also have to have 2 years worth of college credit to be a paraprofessional substitute. So it's quite, and then you can just contact the school district for that. And well, let me take a step back. You also have to go through the state of Ohio, and you have to work with the school district, Middletown City Schools. But if you have any questions at all, you can call the HR department and we'll walk you through the process. It might sound like a little some work, but it's actually very easy.
I've asked you several questions there, but some things that you'd like to get across that's coming out of your department you think that the community of Middletown would like to know.
Mm-hmm. Well, you touched on the hiring piece. You touched on substitute teachers. We're actually trying to engage our community with the hiring of our new teachers, building those relationships. We're trying to develop some perks for our new teachers. So we've worked with different apartment complexes. We've worked with some of the new businesses downtown. So we're forming those partnerships to help engage our new teachers, and not just new teachers, but the staff we have already currently in place to actually engage in the city for that community concept.
Anything else, Mrs. Howard?
That's all I have, Dr. Ison.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you. That ends our segment. Thank you.